I love dogs, so that was a dream. Fun fact, the first dog, Mr. Q, and was hypo, so he got fired. And then they got an identical dog, and he was the dog we had for the rest of the movie.
Oh,
it was
that's
cute.
great.
Really.
Isn't that what parents do? Like if the turtle dies or you lose it, you just replace it with another turtle.
Well, yeah,
Just be like, oh, it's the same turtle.
I don't think. Speaking
Yeah, that's
of
what we did
questionable
with the dog.
parenting, I don't think the best parents do that. But
Well, questionable parents. Yeah.
I was gonna say
My
that
dad
kind
in
of
this
tells you
Still
film
in
directly.
character. He's still in character.
Now this film is about a sort of unconventional family trip. Now, John, you play the father in this film, and Molly, you play Ella.
Yeah.
And I don't want to spoil too much, but the first scene, your dad says, "Hey, we're going on a trip."
He has some questionable things that he does, but I think at the end of the day, you know, it's a guy who's kind of pushed to his limits.
And Cole, this is a story that is both a period piece, but also seems timeless. What made you want to tell this story?
To me, it's a movie about fatherhood, and I've been doing that for a long time. I started my family when I was 23, and I have an 18-year-old now. And because this was anchored in a real event, those were questions that deserved to be asked, because in reality, it did happen. Yeah.
And John, you had to tell that story silently for so much of this film.
Yeah.
What was the process, or kind of take me through the steps of figuring out how to show just how hard this was for a man to not only wake his kids up in the middle of the night, but also say, I can't tell you where we're going, but please just trust Dad.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a very American film. I think it speaks to kind of the old notion of masculinity.
Yeah.
And I think that's what he's trying to be, even though you can feel him breaking, because that's not who he really wants to be. And it takes him this whole journey to finally realize he needs to make a change.
And Molly, you kind of play the opposite. Ella questions her dad at numerous points throughout the film, and so it's kind of the opposite and the perfect foil to that strong silent type.
Yeah, she can kind of sense that something's amiss, and she wants to know. And I can kind of tell that she knows that her dad's not doing well. One of the things that we focused on in the movie was like being still, and instead of like saying everything, just like kind of internalize it and, you know, let your eyes speak for you.
And there are moments where you almost have to be another parent to your little brother, while also somehow parenting your dad. If I had to ask one more question, what's the one thing you want viewers to take away from this film?
It's what Dad says in the end of the movie. I'm not going to spoil it because everybody should see it, but it's, to me, that is the message of the movie. It's the arc of that father. It's where he arrives, and I hope that's what people can take home.